my channel. Today's video is going to be a whole lot of fun because I'm a little bit rusty and it's a little bit sloppy, but it's a whole lot of fun. So for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I got my hair done again and it is time for fall. So I was like, I'm feeling a little bit racier. I get a little bit darker when it's fall. The air gets dark and everything gets darkened. But this time, I didn't feel like following the trends. Now, although this color may look darker on camera because it is a refresher, it's still much actually redder and brighter and poppier in person than the last color was. There's also a few less visible highlights. There's actually much more like auburn tonality in the highlights. It's like, it's very dimensional, very cherry, very poppy. And so we'll just do a little turn. So I guess you can say the dimension and the highlights are very toned. It's a little dyed to match. There's no copper really in the hair. I mean, there's a highlight here. There's like a copper highlight somewhere here in the front. And of course I had started parting my hair on the other side where, you know, it lays a little bit nicer, and finally retrain my hair because it takes forever to retrain my hair. But I got it. This haircut is a little bit shorter than what I had before, and it is a cross between an A-line and a shaggy bob, and I'm loving it. It's just my hair takes forever to dry. And what I like about this is that all the area that hates to dry is kind of gone, and I just don't have 2 hours in the morning to take care of my hair, but I want a lot of style, and I hate just pulling it all back and looking like I have no hair. I love having a style. I love having great hair. I think that's why I ended up having short hair before. When you saw the start of my channel, my hair was so short because it's so thick and heavy, and the reason it doesn't look thick and heavy now is because it's so layered and so straightened. And my hair is naturally very thick and a little frizzy and very, you know, heavy, and so it just takes forever to dry, and I like having nice hair and a nice hairstyle, and my hair is so Cherokee. So anyways, now that we got the hair kind of out of the way, I really hope that you like it, because I know it does influence whether people watch my videos or not. I hate to say that, but it does. I mean, this is a style channel. What can you really do? I did get around to playing a couple times with the Totally Cute palette. So today is not going to be like a review tutorial. I'm kind of showing you guys a little bit about the look that I wore when I went to Hollywood. I did change this up quite a bit, but the upper eye area and the winged liner is exactly the same. Foundation's exactly the same. I changed the colors for the lower lash line, and just want to talk about the Totally Cute palette with you guys because I know it's not gotten a lot of love. There's a lot of new things out from Too Faced, and basically try on new face products we haven't shown on camera, and all in all have a fun summer ending, fall beginning look that kind of pulls together richer tones but also still vibrant tones. So depending on whether your toes are still in the sand or if you've got a pumpkin spice latte in one hand and a nice warm fuzzy sweater, this look should still be awesome for you, and I hope you feel it and get to experience this awesome, not raved about enough, Totally Cute palette with totally cute colors. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. I haven't done a tutorial in a while, haven't filmed that all that much, not since I had to. At my other job we had the face uniform, so this is going to be a little funky, a little rusty, but we're going to get it started. And I'm going to get started with my Untitled Naturals Fruit Stem Cell Science 1000 Roses Floral Toner, and this is ideal for extra gentle to dry skin, good for sensitive skin. And as we get into the winter months, sometimes our skin gets a little bit more delicate and a little bit more dry. So I am going to start off with my 1000 Roses toner because I've always wanted to try this. Next up, I'm going to be taking the Mad Hippie Eye Cream. This has white tea in it. A lot of you guys know I was very obsessed with white tea for months. I still love the idea of caffeine as an eye cream. This one is also anti-aging and has peptides. Now the pump on my Untitled Naturals Fruit Stem Cell Science white tea anti-aging serum with sunscreen has been a little bit broken, so I am just going to unscrew the cap and get out some of that goodness. This is also an anti-aging serum, and I always like to prep the skin with the serum before locking in my moisture barrier with a moisturizer. Stemology was kind enough to send me their Cell Renew and Enviro Exposed skincare kits, and I told them I'm concerned about the environment in terms of my skincare. I'm also concerned about brightening and to restore the good skin cells I do have and revitalize and resurface my dormant or damaged skin cells. And I also got an anti-aging serum sent to them as well, and I've been playing around with it. So you'll notice that there's a couple little breakouts on the surface of my skin, and that kind of happens every time you try out a skincare system. So you kind of have to play along for a while and see what ends up happening. Sometimes it means that it's not for your skin, and sometimes it means that your skin is purifying itself. And this is all natural skincare, and so I think my skin is just cleaning itself out and purifying it. And so I'm going to take the brightening serum first, and this is all natural fruit extracts. So it's very thin. It doesn't have like a lot of base to it. Like it doesn't have like a glycerin or anything in it. Then go into the collagen boosters, because those can work over top of brighteners. Sometimes anti-agers have a barrier that keeps the environment from getting on the skin. So I always do collagen last. Then I'm going to take the moisturizer and lock in the serums and my moisture barrier. Because serums typically have acids in them and no moisturizing properties, this would leave the skin susceptible to getting more damage because of all the turning over and reprocessing it's doing. So we do need to lock in our moisture barrier with a moisturizer, and this is a Cell Renew Enviro Exposed Repair and Restore Cream. And now I know that felt like a lot of skincare, so I just want to regroup and say we got the toner, which we just explained, the potential of hydrogen. We have the anti-aging serum that has the SPF of 50, which is a booster. And because it's a booster, I want these other serums to work at their full potential. So I put the booster on first. And because I want to resurface and brighten my skin tone and repair it from previous damage, I put the brightener on first. Because anti-agers have a tendency to help environment stay out of the skin and protect it from key stressors and agers such as the sun. I put this on second so that the brightener can penetrate into the skin cells, and also because a lot of moisturizers are anti-aging, and so that typically goes on top and still works. And then I finished off with my Enviro Exposed Repair and Restore Cream to protect my moisture barrier while those serums go to work. Now that I've probably bored you to tears, let's go ahead and have some fun now. I'm going to go ahead and take the Anastasia Concealer in 0.5. I'm just going to take a damp beauty blender. There's really no need in soaking this and putting it in the microwave. I don't want it to destroy and change its shape, so I just kind of tap it underneath the faucet, wring it out. If you're going to wring it out anyway, there's no point in soaking it, and so I don't like to deform it and apply pressure by squeezing it and wringing it to death. I'm just going to go ahead and pat out that concealer, and the reason I do that is just so I don't apply an aggressive amount of pressure to the eye with my finger. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, my previous brand trapped me in a brand uniform where we had to wear the same look every single day. Well, I've gotten a new job since then, and since then I got to go to some fun events. So I picked up a really cute palette, and I haven't been able to do a fun look for you guys, so we're gonna do a fun look finally. And I have here the Totally Cute palette, which I was like, you know what, I don't have any current, great bright matte shades, and I can always use the neutrals, and so I decided to pick up something a little bit off the beaten path, a little fun. So we're gonna go first into Double Scoop with my Furless Tapered Blending Brush, and we're just gonna tap that underneath the arch of the brow bone. So that was Double Scoop, and now we're gonna go into Bunny Foo Foo, which is this sort of like a matte orange color, and we're just gonna blend that in the outer corner of the eye. using that same tapered fluffy blending brush. And just blend. Now, I don't know if you guys get a kick out of watching us say the color names at home, but you'll definitely have fun with this one today. I'm now going to go ahead and take Unicorn. I used to not even like blink at the color names, but I think after having to wear the same look every day for like 2 months, that about killed me. So now I'm like in a real creative zone and really digging the color names. Because before, when I had to just buy basic colors that looked really good on me, gag. Shooting Star and Bunny Fufu, we're going to take a blend of those two. And we're going to put that in the inner crease. And it's going to connect with Unicorn just a touch. So the inner corner highlight doesn't just taper off and look like a giant white like eye booger. I'm now going to take Chocolate Donut, because why wouldn't you? So I'm going to go into with my Furless Tapered Fluffy blending brush again, I might add, and blend that in the inner corner. Or sorry, ooh, not the inner corner. Hell, that's far from the inner corner. That's the outer corner. What the hell? Double layered chocolate donut, anyone? And because I said I was gonna do between like fall and summer, because it's kind of I think where the direction of my hair color is, we're gonna go into Bunny Fufu. First, when I was reading it, I was like, that can't say Bunny F-U. And then I was like, wait, little Bunny Fufu running through the forest. I think. I was like, it's two-faced, it can't cuss. Like, that does not say Bunny F-U. I'm like, I mean, better than Sex Mascara is one thing, but that says Bunny Fufu, right? I'm now gonna go back into Shooting Star. This is a really gorgeous all over the lid color, and it's fun. It makes a big difference when you can contour the eye and really play with the crease in like a chocolate smoky eye. And just do a little retouch on the chocolate donut so it doesn't fizzle out. I'm now going to take the sketch marker. This is in the shade, I think this is Just Black. I'm sorry, I'm rusty. This is the sketch marker in black. Ah! This is sketch marker in black. It's a new product for me. Now, one wonderful trick I did learn from wearing the Modern Classic all those months. I'm so glad to be working for a natural brand again. Yes! Because it's just so much more creative than the way I think a lot of the other things are going, a lot of the more like prestige brands are going. But one thing I did learn from wearing the Modern Classic, I don't think there's anything classic about being a vegan. I think we're all a little weird and fun, but at least that's how I take it. Some people think we're angry, but I think we're fun. But I'm just going to take brown sugar from Blutter London. I'm sorry, this is going to be, I don't even know if I'm going to upload this, as long as it's in focus, but I know some people get a kick out of it and some people will be like, so you talk like you type. Thanks for the run-on sentences. So I'm just gonna put more brown sugar. I'm going to blend that out with my finger. And one of the key reasons I like to blend this out with the warmth of my finger is because it keeps it from bleeding. I'm already causing the waxes to break down with the warmth of my finger and kind of causing it to bleed, and that's because I don't want it where I don't want it. I'm taking full control of it. I don't want it to go into the inner corners of my eyes and look kind of, you know, goopy. So I hate that look, and I hate seeing running all over the bridge of the eye. I'm taking this little like pointer brush. It is a pointer brush, and it is the e.l.f. contour brush, and I like this for underneath the eyes to smudge it out, because I don't like when the line is too harsh and precise underneath the eye. So I really appreciate this little pencil. So the first one I'm going to be taking is Clover, and for me this is like kind of more of like an eraser point versus a pencil point, which is everything to me. And we're going to be taking Clover and smudging that over the top of brown sugar. And one of the reasons I like taking an eyeliner that has a slight hue to it versus a black, at least for the inner rim of the eye these days, is because it just brings out the eye color a little bit more than doing a black. So, I mean, unless you're doing like pink eyeshadow or something like that and you don't want your eyes to look red, I like the black in the inner rim, but otherwise I've been really digging like a more espresso type color. I'm going to be taking Storm Cloud next, and this is a teal. And I just don't buy a lot of YouTube endorsed palettes because I hear that they're just kind of putting more into more like the packaging and the marketing and not necessarily the quality. And this did have similar colors to me to the Nikki Tutorials palette, so I opted to buy this. That, and I love these tin palettes for like travel and stuff. They're always a go-to of mine when it comes to traveling, and I do stay at my mom's house by the beach quite a bit, and I go to my sister's on occasion. She also lives by the beach, and so it's definitely something I now think about. And then I don't know if I'm going to have all access to the bathroom, so I love that as a mirror. I've never really concerned myself over mirrors before, but given the current, I guess, kind of situation that I enjoy putting myself in, you know, visiting my relatives and stuff like that, I like to have the mirror. All the cleanup, all the fallout is removed, because we're going to go in now with a powder foundation, and these are, you definitely don't want to have a ton of like wetness and stuff like that all over your face. You definitely want the face to be primed so the minerals kind of adhere well to the moisture on your skin. I told somebody I like to do primer and then I'll do the powder foundation, and then she was like, well, you're changing the consistency. And it's like, well, obviously, but I like it that way because the powders actually blend into the skin as opposed to having like a very powdery surface. Some people like a more powdery finish. It's not my favorite, and I've kind of been steering away from liquids now that I do work for a natural mineral company, but also because I'm not in my 20s anymore, and this little, you know, area, the fine line zone, I mean, liquids just kind of drink that. I don't know, there's plenty of YouTubers that are older than me that still wear liquid foundations. This is just a problem that I've encountered, and seeing that I look a little bit younger in powder minerals, I like that. So, and it's not about the way the rest of the world views me, because I don't think I've ever been insulted, but you know what the thing is, I feel like I look less tired, and it's easier to buff it in, so I definitely like that. And then I have the shade Rose Ivory. This is Rosy Ivory 1C Semi-Matte Base, so it's a bit dewy from Everyday Minerals. They also have a jojoba base. Those don't last on me very well, like a really oily base doesn't stay on my skin. So you can definitely see it's much simpler to take the cream products down a notch when you're putting powder over it. So overall, just less things on your face for your pores to drink. Now, after I got my hair recolored, it's actually much more red in person. It seems to be appearing quite, I don't know, like burgundy on the camera. But it's definitely on the more like warmer poppy side versus, I guess, like the cherry cola I had before, which I thought looked beautiful with the auburn brow powder. But after I got my hair done, I was looking at my brows, I was like, they just seem kind of out of place. So I went to Ulta and I picked up a new dip brow, especially because I felt like my auburn was drying out anyways. I want to try a different warmth, and so this time I decided to go to caramel. Maybe because I grew up in the grunge era, because I feel like I always have to soften the Auburn brow powder anyway, or the Auburn dip brow anyways. And we all have thin brows in the grunge area, so I don't really know what it is, but I'm feeling my Auburn was too harsh. But I'm going to go ahead and dip into my caramel brow gel, dip brow gel from Anastasia, and we'll see how it goes. It looks good in person. I'm working with it. And if it looks bad on camera, I'm sorry. So I wanted to pick up a different color. And they stay on all day, so I really like the dip brow gel. Actually, it looks really nice in person, and I think it's gonna look good on camera. Keeping it Too Faced, we're gonna go into Anastasia Beverly Hills Perfect Flesh Blush. I finally got mine in Sparkling Bellini. So I'm just gonna go ahead and buff that in. I'm now gonna be taking Becca Moonstone. And we're going to be taking the Ross and Rachel bronzer. I think this is discontinued, so you can take any bronzer that'll work for you. And we're just going to warm up the face. I actually don't have a lot of extra bronzers on hand. I'm just taking this one because I feel like the look needs some summer glow. Pop that out. This is in the shade, or this is the Thick and Fast Super Volume Mascara. I don't think we've talked about this on camera because I haven't been able to play around and do a tutorial, but this is from Soap and Glory and it's in the shade Jet. And it really is thick and fast. It's not a fibrous mascara, so there's really nothing to fall into your eye. I'm going to be taking Armor Lip Gloss in Grace just to kind of really finish off this sort of a little bit more than a no makeup look, that's for sure. But this is more like summertime meets fall kind of fun. So there'll be kind of like glimpses of either or. You can really rock this either way. So depending on where your moods are at, if you're taking your last summer vacation or you're well into your pumpkin spice lattes, I'm gonna be taking Grace because it's a hot pink, which is very summertime, but it's got like a fuchsia and a blue flash. So plummy lipsticks are a little bit more autumnal, and this does smell like grapefruit and vanilla, so I really like it, and it's a very high opaque gloss. So it almost looks like a vinyl liquid lipstick. But this is still a gloss, this isn't a hybrid, this is like the original product. Armor Beauty makes lip glosses, for the record. Lip gloss liquid lipstick, like a sticky glossy liquid lipstick that doesn't really dry matte, but wears a very long time. I don't know why these don't get that much love, they're awesome. So that's Grace, and this color was named after Grace Jones. One other thing I really like about this look, although I'm very fair and it suits me, any skin tone can wear a peachy blush, and any skin tone can wear a neutral eye and these fun pops of color. So I feel like we've covered a lot of people in this kind of look color-wise, and you can just hone it and make it your own. And I hope you had fun with today's tutorial, because I most certainly did. I'll see you guys in the next one, where hopefully I'll be a bit less rusty.
Give it one more chance. Honey, give it one more chance. Give it one more chance.